And
Oh, we're
yeah,
on.
we are
That
on.
happened quick.
We are on.
Hey guys. Okay, so welcome to the Wish Us the Best podcast. I'm Maya and I'm here
I'm
with,
Devin here.
and today we're going to talk about hoes. We're going to get into the many layers of
We
hoism
unpacking these
because
hoes.
we we are unpacking these hoes and we just really want to know what the definition of being a hoe is. I know that everybody is going to have their different definition, but um, we want to know what do you think? What is your definition of a hoe? I don't know what your definition is, but I think that we probably will have some different
So,
some different ways of thinking about hoes.
couple couple caveats to start with. Excuse my voice. My sinuses is fucking me up. But
We real baritone on this
but
episode.
to answer the whole question, what is a hoe? I wanna put out there the term hoe isn't initially a bad term. It's just a label. So I'm not saying that I don't like hoes. Obviously, I love hoes. But you know what I mean.
Let's put that out there real
Yeah.
quick.
But a hoe to me is somebody who, I don't know, just very, very open sexually, very sexually fluid. Um, usually throw a care to the wind of what people would think about how many people they've been with, how they may go about getting, I don't know, getting off or getting some or whatever like that. Um, and it just really can give a fuck less. That's kind of what it always to me. Just just out here, but she
Okay.
don't mind being out here. She don't care what you think about her being out here.
She just out here.
Yeah,
She just doing
and
whatever the fuck she want to
yeah,
do.
and I mean, I guess same thing on the male tip, but the male tip, most niggas are usually hoes. So I mean,
That's a good point. Like, is it a difference though? Like in a male being a hoe? Like, can males be hoes, or
I
is that just
no,
reserved for
I
women?
do feel that men can be hoes because
They're just not called
yeah,
hoes for the
but
most
they're
part.
because they were like dudes like me who didn't have who wasn't fucking the world. I wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
hoe, but I had friends who you know
So wholesome.
had. I try, but not really. Um, but I had friends who had different girls every week. Some maybe had different girls every few days. So
So them niggas was
yeah,
hoes, is
yeah,
what you're
yeah.
saying.
But you live, you
Yeah.
learn, and then you get loves.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Facts. Let's see. What is a hoe? I think a hoe is a woman who just, I mean, she's just out, she's doing her
hmm
for whatever reason. It's complex because it's different types of hoes.
it is. It is.
So,
Is
yeah, like how you were saying that, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, I think some hoes are bad hoes,
it's a
but I'm
label.
gonna talk about,
It's a label you put in
I'm
front
a,
of a hoe. Like if she a dirty hoe,
right.
then
She a
yeah,
sketchy hoe. She a,
a
yeah,
shiesty hoe. Like
yeah,
it's the term you put in
yeah.
front. So
Right. But then you got some hoes that are out here. So I think I talked about the show on Stars Run the World before at some point
last episode,
because I
last
just,
episode.
yeah, okay, because I just have, it's just funny because there's so many references from that episode. One of the girls was like fucking her professor.
Oh, okay.
And so there was like they had like a party, and the professor was there, his colleagues, like his equals, like other professors, and some students were
All
there.
right.
And one of his equals, a woman, told the student who was fucking her colleague, I mean, they were together. Like at this point, they were like in a relationship. And she told her, she's like, don't be ashamed that you're fucking up. And so she was
Fucking
saying, like,
up.
you're fucking above your, like above. basically like where you're at in life, you're fucking,
I feel it.
a
I
higher
feel it. I
standard.
feel it fucking up. Okay.
Yeah. And so
Because
and so the
I
other
always
girl,
argue men don't cheat up. Men usually cheat down, which is but yeah. All
yeah.
right. I got you. I
Yeah,
got you.
that's yeah. So that that's funny. That's a whole nother
It
topic because
is.
I agree. I think men do fuck
And
down,
I think
but
women
then
cheat
they
up
started.
if they cheat. I
Yeah.
think they cheat up most of the time.
So
Most of the
then
time.
they got into a conver.
But
Hold on, we breaking up a little bit.
oh, I was saying I think women cheat up most of the time.
Oh, hold on. Okay,
Run the world.
okay. So what was I saying? Oh,
Yeah.
about fucking up. Yeah. So she was telling the girl that she was fucking up, and she was offended by that. But her girlfriends were like, why are you offended by that? Like, that's like a good thing. And she was like, that's why a lot of hoes be
Hoes be
winning
winning. Hoes do
because
be winning.
hoes be fucking up. Yeah. So the hoes that fuck up are the hoes that be winning. And I'm just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with that because I could have. Just want to make sure I'm not going to regret telling this story, but
Could have been a hoe.
I could have. I guess. I could have been a hoe. I don't even know if it would have really been a hoe though. It would have. Yeah, it would have been a hoe. Yeah, it would have been that. Like this guy pretty much just came at me and just proposed like, "Hey, basically I want to have sex with you. How much is it gonna like what do you need me to give you or what do you require?"
I mean,
And I entertained it for a second,
but
but I
is
was like,
is that being
I
a
couldn't
hoe
have
though?
sex with
Because
him. That was my thing.
when women
Like,
say they want niggas to be straightforward,
um, it feels it feels very prostitution y. It feels very
I mean, I feel it,
whorish.
but
Yeah. But I mean, I know women who have arrangements like that, and it works for them because that's what they want. That's never what I wanted. Like I've never just wanted to, fuck a nigga and get paid for it. But I know women who, that's they
okay.
use that for that. So, no big deal. But yeah, I mean, this person is very much so. I would be fucking up for sure, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't do it. I just wasn't
So what?
attracted
So
enough
that's
to
what stopped you.
him.
You weren't
But
attracted. So if you were attracted to him, you think it would have been different. That's real. That's real.
maybe I'm not even gonna hold you up. Maybe, yeah, because if he was more attractive, I
And
probably would
but
have
that's probably
liked
why
him, and I probably would have ended up being
he was
stupid and
he
trying
put
to.
that indecent proposal because he knew he wasn't attractive like that. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I went on a few dates with him, and I was like, you do want to have a really nice Christmas, don't you? But I'm like,
that's
I can't. I mean, it just felt like selling myself. Even though I do appreciate how
but that's
upfront he
real
was,
though.
because I mean, a lot of women
But
probably
you went
it
on a
is a
date with
lot of
somebody
women
you weren't
probably go
attracted
for
to.
that, and I don't.
That's real.
I
I
did. I went on like three
I can't
dates
say
with
I've ever
him.
done that.
I did. I did. I did. I paid for one
Okay.
too,
Okay.
because I just thought
All
he was cool.
right.
Yeah, it was
Still,
just
I
drinks.
can't say I've
It
ever
wasn't
went on
nothing
a date
major,
with some
but
girl I wasn't attracted to. I feel like to me that would have been pointless. What are we doing here? So
I was trying to I was
oh,
trying to
look at
date
you.
based off of personality because based off of personality, based off of intellect, I love niggas that are smart. Like I like guys who are, they like entrepreneurs, like people who use their minds to, just put things together. And I like creatives, and I just like people who really value like their time. So if you can create something to where you can just have, you can make your schedule how you want it to be. I just really like men like that. So it was more than I was trying to make looks. I was trying to put looks at the bottom because I'm like, he has all these other attributes. It wasn't just about the money. I mean, of course, the money, but it was just how smart he was and how he created this, like this life for himself. Like I was very impressed by that, and that's what I was attracted to about him. But whew, child, everything else, I was just like, I can't. From here up, I couldn't do it, and so. But yeah, but back to these
These
hoes.
hoes.
So I think, all right, this is what I think about hoes who are quote unquote fucking up. I think as long as you are being safe about things and you're not being stupid and you're not, just out here just being reckless, like protect yourself. Like, I don't, for the life of me, like, I don't understand how people be out here like just getting pregnant and like just this is kind of off topic, but like Tristan Thompson, who is like on his third baby, like then cheated on Khloe Kardashian, X amount of times, and he's like having this other baby, and I'm like, you like he's the worst type of hoe
I
because he
mean,
don't even practice safe sex. Like, why are you just out here fucking these hoes raw. Like, and this is just one that we know about for sure because she just had a
cause
baby. But nigga, like you just out here fucking all
he
of these
feels like
girls
he
raw.
can. He
That
has the
shit
option because
blows
he
my
has
mind.
money.
So yes, but are you not afraid to?
Nah,
Apparently, he's not
nah,
afraid to get these hoes
nah.
pregnant because why wouldn't you? Like, why wouldn't you? I don't get it, but whatever. But I think as long as these hoes are being safe hoes and not just out here
Yeah,
being reckless hoes, I'm cool with hoeing. I'm cool with it. I
yeah.
support
I
sex
do
work.
support sex work though.
If
Like
that's
real
what we're
talk,
gonna
I do
call
think
it.
it should be legal because it's just it's a different lifestyle that I'm
Hmm.
not used to, but or attuned to. But
Right.
I'm sure, like I know, it's dudes out here who got bread, who don't want to deal with all the rigmarole, just want to get their nut off. Yeah, here you go, and dip.
Hmm.
My thing,
Right.
yeah,
As long as
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
safe space for everybody.
The thing is, it's your kind of reason for hoeing, and like, are you, like, do you have an expectation that you think you're gonna find yo your mate though while you hoeing? Because niggas love hoes, they do, but niggas love hoes to fuck. They don't love hoes to take to their mama. They don't love hoes to wife up to admit to their
Hmm.
niggas that this is that girl. I mean, that's why a lot of niggas don't like dating strippers. They assume they a hoe, and they don't want nobody to know that they dating strippers and shit like that. So, I mean, it
Hmm.
gets rough on that end. Um,
I guess it's presumptuous to think that these hoes are looking for a relationship
yeah,
in the
but
midst
then
of them
you
hoeing.
also got to look at it. You can't be a hoe forever. Like, I mean, okay,
Says
you can be
who?
a hoe forever, but your success rate is probably going to go down at
Hmm.
least a little bit. At least yo, yeah, yeah. At least
As you get
the
older,
perks of
like your
being a
stock
hoe.
goes down.
Like right now,
That I can agree with, because these niggas is not trying to cat. Well,
what?
I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe there's some 60-year-old hoes
Who want a 60-year-old
getting
hoe?
cashed out on. I don't know.
Why I get a 60-year-old hoe when I can get a 30-year-old hoe or a
I don't know.
25-year-old hoe?
You just showed me a family member who was in their a certain age group, and they look at least 20 years younger. So some of these old
I
hoes
mean, I'm
might
sure,
be
but that's
passing for
they're outliers. They're definitely outliers. And then
yeah.
does the I don't want to know how vulgar. I really don't care. I've said shit before. Does the wetness, and does all that stuff stay the same as you get older? Like you gonna have that juice by? That splish splat.
I mean, it's all different types of like products and
Do they have
pills
pills
and
to
all type of
make
shit that you
women
can
wet?
like
Like,
take now.
are they called Niagara?
Yes.
It should be
Yeah.
called
They
Niagara,
got wet
and I feel like
pills
that'd be the
now.
best market. Yes, the best
Like Niagara
marketing.
Falls.
See, that's my marketing brain working, but Niagara,
I'm about to
it would work.
I'm about to, this one girl that I follow on Instagram, she like endorses it. And I was like, "Oh,
So,
these are make your pussy wet pills." But they say it like in a very elegant
so
way, but I'm like, "This is to make your
my
pussy wet."
friend, she used to work at the sex shop. Uh, actually, well, she was actually one of my clients. You know, the OnlyFans thing. She used to work at a sex store
Mhm.
in Texas or whatever. And I was on the phone. We were like on the phone discussing the next week of schedule, like how we was going to do the videos, whatever, like that. And she was at
Mhm.
work, and I could just hear people coming in asking for this one product, and I was like, "Does that shit really? Does it really do that?" Like, because I literally heard within an hour, I heard like 6 people come in asking for the shit. I don't want to
Wait,
say
what
it
was
was
it
Pink
again?
Kitty. I don't think it was Pink Kitty. It was something. I'll tell you. I'll tell you later because I know I still have it upstairs because I ended up telling her
Okay.
to send me some because I was like, I'm like, I've never heard
Mhm.
women come in to ask for some shit like that, and it was I literally heard it myself, and she was like, yeah, they have this stuff for women, they have this stuff for men, and I
Mhm.
was like, well, shit, what is it called? And she was like, I don't know if they got it there, but she told me, and she was like, I can just send it to you. So she sent the shit for me and my wife. I was like, okay. And I don't know if it was like a placebo because I feel like we hyped it up to do it, and then it just felt like, okay, yeah, the shit rocking. But I feel like, yeah, but I feel like it was like a
Like it
placebo.
worked. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, like you
yeah,
already had it in
but
your mind, like it was already placed into your
I
mental to be
mean,
like, "Oh,
yeah,
this
but I
pussy
mean,
is gonna be wetter
shit was
than
split
normal."
splat.
Yeah.
Niggas was nigga was rock hard. I'm like
Right.
shit,
So
but
maybe it did actually.
um,
I love that for y'all. Maybe it did
I mean,
actually
maybe
work
it
then.
did,
Maybe it wasn't
but you got to do too
placebo.
much planning around it. We had to plan that, have it 30 minutes before. And it was like
Yeah. Yeah. What's up with that and I've only been seeing it in Michigan. What's up with that honey
honey
pack
pack.
stuff? Like
I
what
don't
is
know
that
what.
stuff?
No,
I'm
what's the
sure
honey pack?
you haven't seen you haven't seen like the honey pack stuff, like the honey pack that
I'm
makes
about
the
to say you
guy
don't need
more
nothing to make a
horny,
nigga
or it
more
makes his dick
honey. You
harder, or
don't
something
you
like
don't
that.
need nothing to make a nigga more horny.
Or well, maybe maybe it gets harder or more
No,
girthy or something. I
no.
don't
See, now
know,
I gotta
but
look it up.
you haven't heard
Um,
of it? Okay, well, I'm gonna look it up, and then we'll put like the information about it
yeah.
in the
Oh,
what am I trying to say? The
there we go.
caption,
Yeah, this is YouTube.
yeah,
Yeah.
or the description. The
Um,
description, yeah.
yeah. The only thing it hurt the shit that it's supposed to do for her was make women more horny. And
Okay. They also have pills that make it
oh,
like
I
taste
mean,
good too.
I can see
Like
that. I
pills
can
that
see
women
that.
can take that'll like yeah, that'll make it yeah. So it's all type of like this man. I went to the sex store recently actually cuz I was trying to find the rose toy. I'm sure you heard of it. So I was trying to find it and they didn't have it. They were like, "Oh, we've
I
been
mean,
sold
like,
out for
what
months." I'm like, "Of
actually does
course."
it do
But
like that? I mean,
it's like a little liquor. Like
I
it's
feel it, but I feel like
like a little lick.
the real thing has to be so much better, right? It, it can't
It's different.
substitute it.
I mean, sometimes you just want
I
like a
mean,
quick
yeah, you want to
orgasm. Like
you want a
you don't want the
microwavable
whole
meal
thing.
instead of
Like
a full course
anytime I've
dinner. I
ever
got you.
yeah, exactly. You want a quick snack basically. Like it never used to work out when I just be like, oh, I just want a little head. Like it was never just a little head. Like
Really,
it always turned into a bigger production.
really.
So
So
sometimes you just want like,
maybe that's the good thing
and
in
then you want to be
marriage, though,
alone. Like I
because
love
it's been times
nothing by
where it's just
myself.
like, hey, just can I just get some help? Okay, that's it. I don't have to return the favor. Like,
See,
okay,
yeah, no.
and
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's like I haven't been blessed enough to, have that like that. So, but yeah, so sometimes you just want to be alone. You just want it to be a little quick, boom, bam, wham,
okay.
and, go on with your day. Minimal cleanup. So, but yeah.
But yeah,
All right,
so
should we get
I
back to
guess
the hose?
older hoes have
Back to the hose.
supplements, so I guess they're good on that aspect. Um, but yeah, I mean, but would you really just want to be a hoe your whole life? That's
I mean, I guess different women want different things. I mean, I've never aspired to be a hoe. Like I don't I can't really understand what be going on in hoes' heads. Like the hoes that I know now, they are this way because they are trying to obtain something more than just dick. I mean, dick is just something that they have to take to keep being hoes. But the hoes that I know, they're not just
hoes with no
hoes
goals.
with no purpose. They're these hoes got goals. They definitely got goals. So their goal is to, have a funded life. Have their hoism
But then what's going to
take
happen
care of them.
after they stop
So
hoeing? Or do they just plan to just keep hoeing until?
I mean, I hope you've hold enough to where you can have some money to, you know, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I guess it just really depends on what a woman is being a hoe for. But I
I mean,
would
but
bet that most women at some point will probably
I
want to
feel
settle
like
down and not be a
I
hoe.
feel like
So
for
I
the
don't know
man
what
though,
that
that's kind of a
transition
raw
looks
deal
like.
because say you have said girl who has been a hoe their whole life, got to the point she wanted to get to, and now she like, okay, I'm gonna
Hmm.
settle down, and she found this nigga, and beknownst to him, since she's probably not gonna tell him about what she used to do or her body count or whatever like that. Yeah. So now
Her hoe pass.
he don't know that his girl
Yeah.
just been a hoe.
Should he? Is it his
I
business?
mean,
Does he? Is that a need
so
to know thing?
you know how I feel. It depends. It depends because
Yeah. Yeah, if I used to be a hoe and I used to just get trains ran on me and I used to just be out here sucking dick for fun and I had an actual change, like maybe I went on some type of a spiritual journey, blah blah blah, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want that life
uh,
anymore. That's not who I am anymore. Should she disclose her
I
former
mean,
life to her new
she
partner?
shouldn't have to.
Should she have
It's
to?
but it's
I'm getting
no. I
she
feel like
should vibes from you though.
it's weird. It's a sense of morality versus a technicality. Like the last thing that we talked about last episode with you and your situation. Technically, you didn't have to tell him
Mm-hmm.
any of that at all. But
I wasn't. Oh shit.
morally, you kind of you kind of should have.
Morally, I had
Yeah,
a
especially when you
obligation. I had a
when
moral
you
obligation.
introduced them, because you.
Yeah, that's where I fucked up.
But yeah. So I mean, it all depends. I I wouldn't want to date a once hoe, but I mean, I guess if I don't know, I want
You
hoe.
said you wouldn't want to date a what
She
hoe?
once upon a time used to be a hoe. But
Uh,
maybe
that's funny.
maybe if I don't know, ignorance is bliss. So
Yeah. I mean, okay, so if you found out that you were dating a reformed hoe, if you just like found out on a fluke, would you be upset that she didn't tell you that she was,
probably a little bit,
she
probably a
like
little bit.
got
It's just
ran
like
by
you can't
20
have me
niggas
out
at
here
the same
like you can't
time?
have me out here like that. Like, nah,
Really?
it is. It is.
See, that's
I
ego
admit.
though.
I admit it
That's
is.
yeah,
Um, but
that's not good. Look at me
I
being all
mean,
judgy.
it's
Talk about that's not
it's
good.
being honest though. Like, especially if we. So you know what? It would depend.
Yeah.
If we've had those talks and then she kept it to herself, then I would feel away. Now, if we never really discussed it
Mhm.
and then we never got into those talks, then I can't really be mad about it. Um, because
Mhm.
you know I can't just expect her to just give give out this information. You know,
Right. Right. I just feel like it's on a need to know basis. Like with my situation, it was kind of a need to know basis. And I definitely robbed him of that.
it's just
And
because nigga don't want to be cool
um
with somebody that don't
yeah,
fuck.
they're
This girl,
they cool though.
really,
They're still cool. I just got confirmation. But yeah, no, it was definitely not cool of me. Not cool of me at all. But yeah.
and
So,
so it's
all right.
it just all depends. It depends, but to the hoes that are out here, these hoes be winning, and I get why they're winning
I think so too.
because they got
Hmm.
something. Uh, they have a covenant thing that niggas want, and they know how to leverage it. Hold on,
Hmm.
I'm trying to. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So I just wonder what's what's what would be the catalyst though for change, or should they want to have to change?
I mean, I think if you're being what we would call a shady hoe or a shisty hoe, or a chick who's like, who just fuck her friend's nigga or something like that, we don't need them type of hoes. Them type
Mm,
of hoes serve no purpose. Those type of hoes don't even deserve to have friends. So yeah. I don't know what the catalyst of change would be for that. I guess probably getting your ass beat. Maybe you'll think twice about being a shady type of a hoe. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess at some point, like I said, I think most women definitely want to settle down at some point. I don't think there's too many old hoes. I mean maybe there are, but I don't think that there's I don't think there's so much of a market for
I
hoes
mean,
after
I would
like
think
40
not,
probably.
but
So,
I'm sure they're out here.
yeah. I don't I'm sure. But like we were saying earlier, like who's funding the old hoes? Like really really old ass people? Like who
I
how are
don't
the
know.
old hoes being
I don't know.
funded?
I don't know.
So many questions, right? That's why this episode is called Layers of Hoism. We're peeling back all the layers
And
of
then
what it is to be a hoe.
is is there a difference between a hoe and someone just going through a hoe phase?
For sure.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
subjective. Because how
That would
long is a
be
hoe phase? You know what I'm
that
saying?
would definitely be a question to
Yeah.
because
Yeah. I guess I went through a hoe phase. but my whole phase was early on. Like my whole phase was like end of high school. That's what my whole phase was. By the time I got to college, I mean, I had a lot of freedom as a teenager, so I got to do a lot of things earlier than what I should have. So by the time I got to Eastern, I was chilled the fuck out while girls were like, getting trains ran on them. I'm like, nah. Like I've had enough freedom, in my teenage years to where I'm not coming to school and wilding out like a lot of girls did. So I think I had my whole phase when I was like
See,
17, 18,
I've,
and it may have
I feel like
lasted
I
for
only
about
tried
a
to have a
year or
whole phase
so.
after like in rebuttal to getting out of like a relationship because I got hurt or some shit. I feel like it wasn't
Oh,
a genuine whole phase. It
yeah.
was just
Yeah.
you know an impromptu whole phase.
Yeah. Mm. See, when that's happened to me, it's always been a rebound, but it's just been one person. Like I remember when I like really, really got hurt, I rebounded with one person that I didn't even like, but the person was like cool with uh the guy who like broke my
Ooh,
heart.
you
So
be
they were friends. So I rebounded with him. Yeah,
you be
I
choosing
was out
violence a
for
lot.
blood. every t- no, violence was inflicted upon me first. So this was me
This was your
returning the
rebuttal.
violence.
Okay.
This was nah, nah, and he deserved so much more.
Okay.
Like that was mild. No, I did other things to him, but still, it was definitely
Like
deserved
I wanna
for
look
sure.
at
So yeah.
with the layers. I wish we I wanna say I wish we had a hoe on here that we could talk to. But
I can go back to 17-year
I
old me.
just
No, I'm just joking. Because I wasn't doing it for the right reasons back then. I was just
yeah, like I wanna know what's the
who
reason
knows.
for doing it and if they actually if if they actually have a goal of why they're doing it, or
Mhm.
are they just doing it because they don't give a
Mhm.
fuck?
I think I think some hoes do it because so I have a like my cousin, right? She was in a
Hmm.
relationship for years. Like probably like
All right.
maybe like 12, 15 years. And she got into the relationship very young. And when she decided to leave, it wasn't like anybody cheated or anything. It was just like, you know, we just are going in different directions. And after she got out of that relationship, she she was dating a lot. Like I don't know if she was like necessarily hoeing or like fucking all the guys, but she just kind of started like she probably was
All
fucking
right.
them, but she was dating a lot of people at the same time. And I think it was just kind of I've been stuck. I've been in this, in this place with this person for so long and now I'm free, so let me go and enjoy my freedom. And so that could very well just be a phase. Like, I wanted to see what else was out there. Let me go and, really enjoy it and really experience cuz to have the same I mean, my feelings about monogamous relationships, they have evolved over the years. So just the idea of having the same thing forever, I
You
can
make it
see
sound
how
like such
that
a bad
could,
thing.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, I want to get married, but I can see why there's pressure behind, the idea of just being with the same person for forever. Like you better make sure you're
I mean,
happy
yeah,
completely with that because
it's I feel like
yeah, yeah.
every day
But
be
people cheat every
every
day,
day,
so
but you do
yeah,
want
I
to
don't condone that
have
type of behavior.
yeah So it's a lot because you do want to have that excitement, but you, I guess, try to find the excitement in different ways than just fucking multiple people. Um, it's like, yeah, I have no problem with the, I guess, the wholeness of it all. It's just I wish I knew what the expected outcome was. Like, what's the yeah, what's the end goal? Because
Like, what's the end goal? It's probably just to have some. I know for sure for some people it's just to have fun. Like they just want to have fun. These people live in the moment. They're not thinking about the end game. Like they're not thinking about, oh, how long am I
yeah, see,
gonna
I feel like
be
that's the
living
Capricorn
this
in me. I
life?
think
Like
ahead.
they're not.
So
I was gonna say like, yeah, you doing all this future planning, like absolutely not. Like some people really just live in the moment and boom, what they do is just what they do. And if
uh,
it's feeding them at that moment, then hey, then it just is what it is. But um yeah, I don't know. I think that's probably the reason for a lot of people. They're
they're just
just
living
living in the
life.
moment and they're doing what's fun. Yeah, they're just living life. Yeah. Dang, I feel like the married man is over
Nah,
there
nah,
judging the
I'm not
single
judging it.
lifestyle.
Um, I'm
You're
not
like, they're
judging
just
it
living
because
life.
I don't. It's not. I mean,
It's
it's
just off your
just.
radar. I get it.
I just look at. I just think of the man side of it that niggas love hoes to fuck, but niggas don't want hoes to be with. And
Yeah, these are facts,
that
but what's your point?
if a nigga really knew you were a hoe, he wouldn't want to be with you.
But is once a hoe always a hoe?
Is one
That's kind of where we were
oh
going. I don't remember if we finished that. But is once a hoe? Yeah, because we were talking about hoe phases. So is once a hoe always a
um
hoe, or can you have been a hoe and maybe I had a hoe phase 5 to 10 years ago? Should that
nah,
still
I
be
mean,
held against me? What if you move to a different state? What if you jump
I think
states and you haven't been a hoe in
you
that
can
new
modify your
place?
wholeness. So
Does
be
that
it.
matter?
If you were a hoe, no, you could just be a hoe for your husband or your boyfriend or whatever. Um,
Would it be a
I don't
hoe
know.
for your
I mean, it
partner though,
depends
or would it
if
just be
it's.
like
I don't
a freak?
know if it's. I don't know what that was, but if it depends
I'm
on
like, what's happening?
the actions because that's what I was saying before. What would really even make her a hoe? Because how she went about getting the dick could make her a hoe. Like, so if she's thirsty for the dick,
Yes, please
it's
elaborate.
probably gonna make her a hoe.
Like if she, what's being
I mean,
thirsty? What's being thirsty for the dick?
actively seeking out the dick. I feel like as women, y'all don't have to seek out dick. Dick is offered. So actively seeking.
Not for all women.
I
Some
mean,
women have to be thirsty for it.
to an ex- oh yeah,
Some women have
of
it
course.
easier than other
But
women. I'll say that. So some of these women feel
yeah,
like
I
they
mean,
have to be thirsty.
yeah, yeah, because there
Yeah.
are a lot of ugly hoes out here. But also,
Yeah, there's a lot of
niggas,
unattractive people. So maybe those people have a hard time, getting sex, so they have to go a little bit harder at trying to figure
yeah.
out who that next nut gonna
But
come
then
from.
what? What about the attractive hoes? Why? So we can put it on the ugly hoes. The reason they act like the reason they're hoes is because they're not attractive. So what about the attractive hoes? Why are they hoeing? Like,
Hmm. Lifestyle, vacations, money, jewelry, rent,
Yeah, but it's
bills,
just
perks. But some chicks just be horny. Like some bitches just get off on like feeling like they're dominating a nigga. Like maybe they feel empowered by, you know, having sex with X amount of men. I am woman, hear me roar type shit. Like,
double
yeah, I fucked
dipping.
two guys yesterday. I mean, yuck to me. Yuck to me, but
pH balance all off.
you know, what about are women who have sex with multiple men at one time, are they
So
hoes?
people, women call that a threesome, and we call that a train because it's. Is this on a regular? If they have sex on a regular,
I thought it was I thought it was a threesome if it's two women. I mean, I guess you can call it it's three
yeah,
people having
but
sex, so I guess you can't just call it a threesome. But we still like to call it
definitely run the
running the
train.
train.
Because the dudes aren't going to
Yeah.
interact with each other. It's going to be just
They bite. You don't know what type of freaky shit somebody might
yeah.
be on. That would be
I've
weird.
never been a
That would be weird.
participant in the train. Um, I've had the opportunity, turned it
Okay.
down. Uh,
Cause ain't it like the thought of like being with
it
another
was
dick?
completely weird
Like,
to
is that
me.
not weird?
The girl asked me and a
Yeah, that's what I
friend,
was
and I
thinking.
was just like, nah, I can't do that. And he was like, we could take turns. I was like, I mean, I'm good. I'm gonna just back up out the situation because she wanted just the whole menagerie. I'm like, nah, I don't want to see
Yeah.
his old face. I don't want to hear what he sounded like. I don't want none of that. None of that shit.
His O face. Right. Right. That's why I just kind of always felt like cuz I mean girls were doing that in college all the time. So I just always felt like the dudes
Sus.
were a
They
little
sus. Hella
like
sus.
why are you so comfortable? Why
I
are you
don't
so
know.
comfortable like doing that with your homeboy? Like why do you want to see I don't want to like with my friend. Like no, I don't want to do that with my friend. The fuck? I think
I
it's
think it's
weird. I do. I
hella
think it's very
suspect.
strange.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah, for
mm,
it to be
run,
not threesomes in general,
running.
like, team threesomes, but like definitely not. Yeah, I just always thought that the guys who were doing the trains were, especially like y'all interacting with her at the same time and
Yeah,
you
I don't
just
want to
looking
see
at
that.
your
I
friend's
don't
peen. Like,
like. I know how a lot of girls have seen their best friends naked and shit like that. Niggas don't really do that. Niggas don't really see their friends naked. Like
yeah.
it's not a thing. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, cuz if it is, yeah, it's kind of weird. but but okay, so is it if a girl has done that like once or twice in her life and you found out about it later, like she didn't tell you, like the woman that you're with, and she told you about it later, would you first feel like she was a hoe for just participating in that, let's say three times, she did it three times, and B, would you be upset that, maybe she told you later
Hmm.
on down the line or you
Okay,
found
so
out from
yeah,
somewhere else?
that would be. Huh. So I don't know, but I don't know because
Okay.
I don't. I don't know. That's a good question. I've actually never thought about that.
Yeah, let's get into these layers.
I feel like a part of me would care a little bit. Probably could get past it. But then I would also kind of expect, like, okay, well then we gonna have a threesome. But then, but yeah,
You would
but see, I
expect
don't know
that after she told you
that
that?
threesome shit is a dangerous beast. She had a
Not a
train wreck.
threesome. I mean that she's had a train ran on her 3 times. Yeah, she was with 2 guys, not a
That
threesome
shit,
with
I don't think.
another woman and a
I think that
man.
would fuck up our dynamics. Being honest, because it
That's
would be in my
real. That
head
is
all the time.
honest.
Like anytime we get intimate, I would just see two faceless dudes just going to town on her, and it would just fuck. It would fuck it up. I
That is
get that.
crazy. She's
I
with you though
completely get
now.
it.
Like,
But all right, so to answer that, it would be hard, and I don't think I could do that. I feel like it would just be constantly be playing in my head that faceless dudes just slutting her out right quick. I couldn't.
why though? She's with
She
you.
is.
She's in a relationship with you. She's I mean, you have to know that your woman has been sexually active. So the type of sex she's had in the past matters.
I guess so. I mean, yeah, I guess so. Um,
Hmm. So it's
Not
better
that
if she's just been
like
having missionary her whole life. Like that would be okay.
how what's the
She has some spicy sex, and now it's like, oh, now I'm just seeing her getting
wow
London
niggas over here
bridged
for
every
real
time
just
we have sex. Like, really?
so I feel like that's the caveat. That's the chance you take when you a hoe. That's that's it. That's the chance you take when you a hoe. That that
What's the chance you take?
you have ruined yourself for potential relationships because
What?
certain people aren't going to be okay with it.
I think you've ruined your chances of being in a relationship with somebody who has some
I
type of
mean, I,
insecurities because I think I think that I believe like I get it. Like I definitely get why it I'm not a man, but I've dated enough of y'all.
but I
So I
feel like a
know
lot of
that
dudes
a
are going
lot
to
of
have
shit
an
is
issue with
ego
that,
with y'all.
and the ones that aren't going to have an issue with that, I would actually kind of question. I wouldn't trust them, like because it's though it's an ego thing, you know, and it's not technically I say a positive thing. Most men are going to have an issue with that. At least I think so.
I think you are saying that based off of your perspective as a man who really wasn't ever a hoe. I think a lot of men have
It's a lot.
done
Okay.
here's an example. My my ex has done a lot of things in the past. Like he's slept with a lot of women. We've had conversations about, why he was so sexually active, so young, and why he slept with so many women, and all the stuff that he's done. And he was like, I can never fault a woman for her past because I've done a lot of, crazy wild
I mean,
shit. So he's like, if a woman
he
has
says that,
has had
but
that same
can
past,
you do
then
you actually believe
you
he can
know
he holds up to
yeah.
that standard? Because niggas can say a lot of shit, but really when it comes down to it,
um
I can say that I wouldn't
i
care about an
i
outrageous body
think
count,
so.
but then she was like, okay, well let's be real, I fucked 250 niggas. Oh, this is not gonna be like a nigga's not gonna just not flinch. So
Hold on, you're breaking
I
up again. Okay, you said the last thing I heard you say
that's
was
it.
a man can say
A man can
he
say
doesn't
that
care
he
about an
doesn't care
outrageous
about an
body count.
outrageous body count, and then she was like, "Okay, well, look, I've been with 250 niggas." He gonna be like, like, clutch his pearls, like
Yeah. Yeah. I
so.
mean, that is a lot. That's definitely a
I mean,
lot. But
it's not the average, but I'm
that's
just
not the
saying
average. We're talking
a
about
nigga can
like,
say that he's not gonna care
yeah.
or he's not going to fault somebody, but not he may not even realize it, but he's still going. He still may fuck them. He's still gonna care. I feel like I'm just being honest to the fact that I know that I wouldn't be okay with knowing that the woman I'm with had three trains ran on her. Like that.
What if it was 15,
I
20
mean,
years ago?
you fire.
Like, what if 35 and this happened,
I mean, I
as,
feel
teenagers or something.
it
Like,
would be rough. I'd say that it'd be rough. I don't.
even that long ago?
I mean, for me, yeah. For me, yeah. And it could be just
Okay.
because I I never been a train conductor, so I
Yeah.
that's maybe if I
Yeah.
had
I think
participated in some, maybe I wouldn't feel that way. But it's just gonna be because it would ever be an
mhm.
issue if you ever you seen a nigga and then you found out, oh, this was the one of the niggas who ran a train. It's gonna fuck you up. It's going to fuck you up.
Mm, yes. I can agree, but I think there has to be some type of like I think there has to be some type of like grace extended as far
Yeah,
as like time
there's
period and
there should be,
who that person was. Like,
but that's
yeah.
I
He
just feel
said
like
not really,
that's the
for real.
chances of being a hoe that you may not get that grace period extended to you.
I mean, then I guess if a man is not okay with it, then that's just not the man for her. Not a loss for her.
Yeah, but
She just needs to be with somebody is going to who is going to at least do the work to accept it and not judge her for it and not,
is
make her
that
feel like she
realistic
is
to
her
put that on
past.
somebody?
Absolutely, because you feeling that way has nothing to do with her. It has everything
It
to do with yourself. That's not on her. She was open enough to tell you that. Like, she trusted
I,
you
ooh,
enough and she felt
I
comfortable
love how you
enough
flipping it.
to disclose this
I love
information.
how you flipping
I'm not flipping it. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying like that to reveal something like that for some women, that might take a lot of trust, a lot of, you have to be really in tune with who you
you
are, but you have to
you
you
do, but
maybe
then
she's very
how
solid
you
with this
saying that he
person.
has to get over that? She also has to accept that hearing those type of actions being done, it's not an easy thing to just chuck it up to. Oh yeah, you were young, it happened. Is the majority of people aren't just going to take it in stride and just.
I think the majority of men
I
would be okay with
I
it.
beg to differ.
We can do a poll on this.
Yes, yes,
We can
yes.
do a
Podcast audience,
poll
we are going
on
to do a
this.
poll because
Let me. Okay, we're at 54 minutes in. Okay, so at 54 minutes, we're gonna use
we're
this
definitely going to
clip
do a
and we're
poll.
gonna do a poll on this because I think a lot of men will be okay with it. A lot of men that I know, I think will be okay with it, and I think it has a lot to do with how crazy of a past they may have had. So I think that they are more inclined
Okay,
to extend grace
so
to
the
a
poll
woman
is
who
going to
has
be:
had a crazy past
would
too.
you be okay if your significant other had three trains ran on her? Right?
Okay.
It's up to
What's
you.
the time period?
I'll extend that to you. It's up to you. You can say it happened 10 years ago.
All right.
Sure.
It was 10 years ago. Yes. And just a FYI, I have never had a train ran over me. I just want to put that out there because I'm like really going hard for the host. But I just want to say, that's never been my
Yeah.
ministry.
I
It's never
I
been my
don't.
ministry. Yeah. Yeah, two dicks. That sounds like that seems intense, and my
Oh
sex
yeah,
life
we
is
even talking
just
about
fine with
DP and
one.
shit. But uh,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I like
I
DP
say,
porn. That shit looks so
I was
crazy.
about to say
I'll
you
just be
like it, like
like,
you want to try it because that don't seems very uncomfortable.
no, I'll be watching it, and I'm like, I just want to know what I think. Like, this is the feminist part of me coming out. I'm like, I hope that these women are being paid
So
sufficiently for this. That's my thought. Cause I'm like, you got a dick in
I
your
have a
mouth,
friend who
pussy, and asshole.
watches hentai porn
Mm.
and like cartoon porn because she likes porn, but she feels um, that the women are so underpaid and disrespected that she can't watch real porn, so she's okay with watching in the cartoon.
Yeah,
Uh,
watching cartoon porn. Yeah, I can see that. I would never watch cartoon porn, but I mean, I know people that do, like, they're into like anime and cosplay, and they
that's
watch like the
yeah,
the
that's what hentai.
Japanese,
Yeah.
anime shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hentai. Okay. Yeah, see? I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
But
What do you want to stop it on that poll? Because
but yeah.
I really don't. I could be wrong. I really could be wrong, but I
I think
really
you're
don't.
wrong, Dev. I do. I think that a lot of men, I think men overwhelmingly are going to say they're okay with that specifically if it happened 10 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. But what is being okay? Because that's subjective too. Like, I guess, what if you were just in a
Would you
relationship
wife
with
up a
somebody for two
girl that you
months
know
and
10 years ago got 3 trans ran on her like that? Yeah. Like I'm sure
that's the
maybe
poll? That's
maybe dudes
it.
will say after a
Yay or nay?
conversation or something, but I know that it would be it would be hard for me. Now
So you into this person, and you would sacrifice what could become
look,
a great relationship with the
I'm gonna play
person
devil
because
advocate
you
against
you
myself
they told you
and
that.
will say, what if my wife came out and told me that? It it's
And so,
for
for the
what,
record, you've
seven
been married for how
years?
long
Hold,
now?
no, wait.
Okay.
2017 to now 4 years. All right. We've been together for 7 years. So 4 years.
Okay.
4 years as of August 4th. So yeah. Um yeah. So if my wife said I wouldn't leave her. Um
Of
but
course you wouldn't.
it would probably change some dynamics. I don't know. I would lose a bit of
You think it would? You think it would change your sex
I
life
don't know. I feel like I
on
would
your
lose a
end?
bit of I, for me or her, I would lose a bit of trust just because we're so open with each other. So I'm like, no, why did it
Hmm.
take you this long to tell me? Yeah, yeah,
Why
yeah.
am I just finding this out now? When is an acceptable
Um,
time to tell if you've been in a relationship? Like, when should you have this? Babe, I had 3 trains ran on me in
I
college.
don't know. I
Like,
mean,
when are you
so
supposed to tell?
that's kind of on subject, off subject. Uh, I remember when we first started dating, I was trying to figure the right time to tell her. Like, I'm like, I think I messed with your friend before. And I was trying to find the right time
Mm-hmm.
to do that because I'm like, I don't want to say it. You don't want to say it too early, and then it just ruin everything. But then you don't want to say it too late. Seem like you're trying to hide it.
Oh, look at you sounding
So
like you were ready to
no,
manipulate the
I
situation.
want
But
to
go
be
ahead.
open. So I said it and just hoped for the best, which it did. But um, yeah, as if I don't know when's the right time to say that, but not 4 years into marriage is not the right time to say it.
Okay. So you have the wrong
I would
answer. You
say,
just don't have
I
the
would
right
say,
one.
tell them that before you get married. That's what I would say. Yeah, yeah.
Before marriage. I'm
You
team don't
definitely on that.
tell at
Don't tell
all,
shit now. I
really.
know.
You know me. I'm on team lie. Like, no, I'm just joking.
Kind of, but not really.
Kind of. But no, for real. It's like it is that type of stuff is really on a need to know basis. Like, I don't think that you know, you asking me like, "Oh, well, how many sexual partners have you had?" I'm honestly gonna think you childish. Like I'm gonna be like, what?
And
Why does it even matter?
it's opening a can of worms.
Why
Definitely.
does it matter? Yeah, like I'm team. It doesn't matter. We are here now. We are
But
not our past.
I feel like it's
So
always
let's
women that
keep
say
moving forward.
that.
Listen, we all niggas be having some crazy
Oh
shit in their
yeah,
past that they
yeah, they do.
bury, as they should. Yeah, like
I would
as they
argue though.
should.
I think some women got
So,
crazier shit that they bury.
but
So
maybe, but it's like who needs to know and why? That's my whole question behind it is what do you need
uh,
to know for?
I think somebody was.
Like what is my previous hoism? What does that have to do with if somebody was trying to hold some shit against what I did in my late teens, early 20s, not hold it
Yeah,
against me, but like be judged for it, I would be like, grow the fuck up. I'm sorry, that would be my reaction because I'm like,
people people
people
do
change.
change.
I've changed so much. Yeah, like I am not even in the mental space that I was in just a year ago. Like,
Yeah,
I'm so much
and that's
different
why
than what
I
I just
wholeheartedly
was a
admit
year
it's an
ago.
ego thing with me.
Like,
I personally,
eh,
I like how you
yeah.
said in your some of your relationships, did you admit that you lie? I admit that this is an ego thing for me. I could not.
Mm-hmm. Like how you
No
re-brought
shade,
that back
no
up.
shade,
How you just thanks. Cool.
no shade. I
That was
just feel like
shade.
it is an ego thing for me. It would bother me. It and I have no logical reason as to why it would bother me. I just know it would be stuck in my head, and I
Mm-hmm.
I would be it if it was in my marriage, I would be forced to move forward. But if we weren't, married, that could be a big hindrance to if I really want to be with the person, and it's not logical. It's not logical. I'm saying that it's not logical.
So you just self-sabotage your relationship because of some illogical, ego-driven thoughts.
It's
Okay, cool. Okay. Okay.
I don't
Therapy.
see.
Therapy.
I don't know
But but yeah.
if it's really completely illogical because that could just be your standard. Like it could just be that could be one of your non-negotiables.
But
I
that's
mean, it
their
is.
sex life though. It's not something that they're doing to you or it's something that even that's why this is why I feel like women should lie. They should if a man asks, I think it's I would be like it's none of your business because I don't have a problem with just being that blatant, but yeah, I would if I didn't want to just say that, I would definitely be like, "Oh, I've only slept with
Ain't no nigga
five
gonna believe that
people. That's
shit.
it. I can count on one hand." Like if a guy asks me that, I already know to lie to him. Like if a guy asks me a number, or if specifically he asks me a number, 100% I'm lying because
Yeah,
if the number is too high, it's gonna make him feel some
but
type of
if the
way, and
number
that's
is
why
too
he's
low, he ain't
asking.
gonna
He
believe
wants to
it.
be able to. He
I'm
wants.
not gonna because I'm not.
Why not?
I find it very hard that any woman in her 30s has only slept with five guys. I know there are some, but I find it,
Yeah,
yeah,
there
I
are
find it
some.
really hard to believe that the
Very
majority of
few.
women has been with
Yeah.
only five guys. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, maybe
I
not
mean,
that number, but I would
just
say something
just
like, you
the
know,
amount of women I've been with is relatively low than most men. I mean, um, at least
hmm
that I know of. Even out my friends, I'm probably sure I'm probably amongst the lowest or whatever. And I
hmm
personally feel it was a decent amount, but you know, I wasn't really doing it to keep count. So it's it just
right.
off the
Do
top of
you
my
know how
head,
many? Like, do you know your number?
and um,
Just like,
I
do you have a
know it was.
range? I'm not asking what
Yeah,
it is, but I'm
yeah.
just
No,
asking, like,
I
do you
mean,
have an
I could sit
idea
down
of
and
how
probably
many?
think about it, but
Okay.
if we not including just a random head or some shit like that, yeah, and the range would be under 20,
hmm
and uh,
Okay. Yeah, that's relatively
and
low for a
I started
man,
having
but I mean, I
sex.
guess it just
Well,
depends
my
on when you
first time
started.
was young, super young.
What's super young?
Like 12 or 13. It
Oh, that
was
is very young.
no, you
I
fine.
didn't mean to squinch my face all judgy like that,
It
but
was
when you
seventh.
said young, I thought
It
you were
was
gonna say
seventh
like
grade.
15 or something. Cause I think that's young.
And my girlfriend was 2 years older than
Oh,
me,
okay.
and it actually happened on Halloween. We didn't go out trick or treating, and we were in the basement, and she kind of she kind of started, and I just went into it. The funny thing was, I had sex before I ever masturbated. So when I was about to nut, no idea what was
hmm
happening. Yeah, right.
Really? Because you had never at 12, you had
I would
never.
almost argue I
Wow,
started because of that.
wow.
Yeah.
Because of having sex. Like, oh, this was
So
nice. Let me.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was. I didn't know what was
that is
happening, but
crazy.
I was.
And
Yeah,
so that was the first
I
time
was
you
like,
felt
why the
that
fuck is my body
sensation.
getting tingly and I'm getting hot?
That's
What the fuck is
wild.
going on? Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Damn.
like
That's
it
something.
happened a few more times, and then I don't know what happened. We broke up, and then I didn't have sex for like 2 years, and then mhm.
You said you didn't have sex for 2 years?
Oh
Oh, but
yeah,
you had discovered
yeah, I was good for a
doing
little
it
bit. So
yourself.
yeah,
Yeah. See, that was sufficient. That's why
yeah.
women can just play with
And
toys
also,
for,
it's harder to
X
have,
amount of time.
it's hard to have sex at that age too. So, um,
Well,
so I
yeah,
mean, by
that's
the
true.
time by the time I hit my stride, I was about
That's
that
true.
that 15 ish thing. So, uh,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah,
Damn, we really was out here having sex as teenagers, young teenagers too. We didn't know what the fuck we was doing probably
late
until we was in our 20s.
20s, like like
Like, yeah. So, okay. I want to go back to um what were we talking about? The number? Were
I
we
think we
past the
passed them.
number? Or we were Yeah, no, we were talking about the number. So, okay, with you saying what your range
Mhm.
is, like we'll say 20ish. If a woman told you she had the same range, would that be too many or is that
No, it would be
acceptable
fine.
because it's
Actually,
similar?
my let's not say who, but I've had a significant other who told me her number, and it was higher than mine, and it it
Mhm.
it didn't take a while, but I was kind of thrown off. Like I feel like it was kind of in the back of my head for a little bit, Like shit. Like damn, she done had
Mm-hmm.
she done had almost, you know, almost like double what I had. Like shit. Um,
This is like in the
in my
20s,
20s.
somewhere in your 20s. Yeah, like when she had this number, it was like
No,
somewhere
it
in
was
your
in my
20s or
twenties.
in your 30s.
I would say I was
Okay.
23 or 24.
Okay. And so now when you get
Oh
famous, people
shit.
can go back and be like, who was you with when you was
Yeah,
at
over here
23,
I just put
24?
her shit out there, but yeah, but
They won't pinpoint who
it
it was at that time.
was
So that was okay because she wasn't having. What if she only had 10 sex partners, but she had five trains? I'm sorry. I just can't get over this train
because the train
situation.
is
I'm having a
such
hard time with it.
it's
Because it's
because
like, why does it
it's
matter what
such a
type of sex you're
it's like
having?
it's
That's what I'm
because
trying to understand.
it's kind of like you dogging her out.
Because you
Like
look down upon her.
how a nigga would care more if you cheat and you gave a nigga head versus if you cheat and fuck a nigga. Nigga would care more that you sucked his dick. How?
Yeah,
But how do you get that and not the
I get
train?
that. I get that. I mean, because I'm looking at it from like it's like she's not even getting any pleasure from that. Like she's not getting well, she's not being pleasured from it. Like not, maybe sucking dick excites her, so there's her pleasure. But as far as like, you know, like nobody's caring about your
Yeah,
orgasm. Like it's not
but the train
about
ain't about her.
her at all. Like it's just about him.
It's not.
It is.
Yeah, but it's
It
not about
is
her.
because
It's
she's still
niggas.
fucking and
Niggas are trying to get
maybe
their nut off. They don't care if she nut.
okay, it could have been 10 niggas in her past that were just fucking her and wasn't caring
I
about her and
mean,
just trying to
but
get their nut.
it's
What's the
the act of
difference?
being trained. She just getting dogged out. Nobody is nobody
But it's
is running a
what?
train thinking that oh this is sensual and sexy.
Oh,
It's I feel
breaking
like it's
up.
just I
You're
just feel
still
like
breaking
it's
up.
dogging dogging her out, sledding her out. It ain't no nothing sexy.
Wait, hold on. What's the
That
last
is
what's
like
the last thing you said? I
dogging
didn't
her
hear.
out. Like it's like sledding her out. There's nothing sensual and sexy about running a train. It's n- nigga run train on hoes. Like it's niggas are not talking like oh yeah romanticizing a train. So it's
Maybe though. Like I don't know. I've seen some very interesting threesome, well, uh some train porn, we'll say. And I'm like, oh, okay. She's getting some head, and the other dude is doing whatever. But it's kind of about her. It's not just straight stuff and holes. It's like, oh,
I mean hey
yeah.
I guess I'm
But all right,
yeah
I'm done
I'm
trying to convince
this
you
not
about the train thing. Like it's,
leave it to the
I,
polls leave it to the polls
I'll leave
because
that alone.
I
I'll
could
leave
be the
that.
outlier. I could be the
Yeah.
only one that cares. I just I don't think I am the only one that cares though. Like I really don't. I really think that
I don't think you're the only one that cares, but I think a lot of guys are. I think that they would be okay with it, and if they have a fucked up past and they're not okay
I
with it, I
mean
think that's
it
so
probably is
hypocritical.
hypocritical.
Like, nigga, you didn't have all these threesomes and shit, and now you mad that I had. What about a regular threesome? What about a threesome with two women and a guy?
I mean,
Like, hey, I had a
the
few
niggas
threesomes in
definitely going to
college.
expect that shit. Like I said, I feel like the
You said you're
niggas
gonna
probably would
expect
expect
it.
it if. I mean
And that would be so whack. Like
it
maybe
is
that's
whack.
not who she is
I get it,
anymore though.
but I don't know. Niggas compare themselves a lot to to the other niggas you
That is
fucked.
not
Like
fair. Like, oh,
niggas would niggas will do that shit. If you're like, well, damn, you fucked him and he got to fuck another bitch. Why can't I do that with you? That's that's gonna be how the nigga think.
that is whack. That
I
would be so whack, Deb. That I'm gonna tell you why that's whack. I'm gonna tell you why that's whack. Because if this was something, first of all, that would make me regret even telling you. Like, nigga, I
I get it.
disclosed some real personal shit about what I used to do, and now you're trying to use
I
it
get it.
against me. That's some bullshit, first of all. Second of all, that might not even be the type of woman she is anymore. She just, for whatever reason, felt comfortable enough disclosing that to you, and now you're using it
I get it.
against her. That would be very
The for
shitty.
the threesome thing with me, I only reason I wouldn't want to partake because that's a slippery slope in the can of worms that I don't know. I want to. I wouldn't want to bring into the relationship. Like it would have to be her pushing it more than me because I just feel like
Yeah.
shit gets real messy. Shit can get real messy.
And then who y'all
Now
gonna find for the like? Where y'all
that's
gonna
not that
find
hard,
the
believe it
chicken?
or not. That wouldn't be that hard.
I'm picky. That would be very hard for me because
Well,
I'm like she
I have
gotta. It would just be
like
too many
not saying I would
stipulations
do it,
that
but
I
I have
would
some female
need.
friends who are attracted to my wife, so it wouldn't be too hard to find. Um, it would be more convincing my wife
Hmm.
than convincing them. That wouldn't be an issue like that. Yeah, but it's
They'd be with it. Yeah,
yeah,
it is a slippery slope. It's not worth
it's
it.
and then it's just that whole like the sec. I don't know if you ever listened to the second verse of Peaches and Cream, but
Not that I
it's
can
talking
think of
about
off top.
call your. It's talking about. It's pretty much explaining a threesome because it starts off. Is your girl Janae home? Call her up and tell her it's about to be home, and all that stuff. And then he says, don't get jealous
Mm.
if I hit it too hard, all this other shit. But it can get very messy
Hmm.
because you don't want to treat her any differently than you treat your wife or look like you enjoying it too much more. Like it's weird. It's weird. It's something.
Hmm. Yeah, you have to be very secure. I'll say that.
Definitely,
I will
definitely.
say that. I did have a couple of threesomes in college, and uh yeah, it has to be the right dynamic of people or it's gonna
Yeah.
be awkward. Ours was not awkward because she was
I
just
mean,
a
I feel like
freak, and I was like,
you gotta
oh
trust
wow, okay,
a
cool.
lot of you gotta trust
But
her. You gotta trust him because
yeah,
you know.
yeah, some women are like some of them are just, I mean, for us, we were just all so drunk. Like I 100% would not have been able to do it sober. Um, but some women are can't handle watching their boyfriend or husband have sex with another
Yeah.
woman right there. And if you feel that way, if it's like I don't know how this is gonna make me feel. The guy I was with, like I liked him. Like we had a lot of fun, but I
So could
wasn't
you do that
like
with somebody
super in
you
love with
loved?
him.
See, I feel like the only reason you were able to do that because there was a sense of detachment there.
No.
That
Yeah, it was a sense of I know this nigga ain't shit. So I'm already like emotionally removing parts of me out of the relationship. But he was just so fun and cool as fuck. So, and then I really had wanted to try it. So, he was like, "Oh, well, I got this
Definitely
chick
fucked
who
before.
he probably fucked before, but he's like, I got this, yeah, I got this chick that want to do it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So she definitely was like, she was smart. She was smart because she put more of her focus on me.
You should.
And I think
I
she
mean,
did that to, yeah, to make me not feel some type of way, even though I wasn't, because I'm like, I don't know. Something about it was just, I
it's
don't
because
know. It
you ain't
was
care like you
actually
ain't care
not, it
about
was
a
kind
nigga
of
like
interesting to watch
that.
him. Yeah, I didn't care about him like that. I cared about him, but
Yeah,
I knew
you
he
ain't care
wasn't
about
going
him
to
like
be,
that.
I knew he
You
was for the
wasn't like
streets. Like, I
this
knew
is
he
gonna be the
wasn't,
nigga I'm with.
yeah. Somebody that I love, somebody that I love. When I was like in my early, so that was like college. So that was like, I'm about to be 35 next month.
I'm
So
older than
that
you by a
was
month.
15 years ago. Um, mhm. In my mid 20s, I used to date this guy. This dude was such a freak. So we went to the swingers club. We went to a sex club, and we like semi participated in an orgy. I couldn't really do a whole lot because I was
Huh?
on my period. This is so much information. But yeah, so we, I just interacted with him, but he interacted with other women, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is kind of fun." But
I'm
again, he was
I'm
just
too
somebody I
jealous
was
for that.
just
I can't.
we just had a sexual relationship.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was so much fun though. I don't know if it was because, I was just like in a new city and I was like dating different type of men that I had been used to dating. So it was just like, just the oh my gosh, like this is new and whatever. It may have been that, but I had so much fun, but I knew from then on I could never be
Yeah.
in a
See,
relationship with
yeah,
him. That
you
was
got.
like the thing that made
Yeah.
it to be like, yeah,
See,
nah.
that's
I'm like, yeah, no. But he was a lot of fun for me. So,
yeah. See, that was
but
another subject my
for the
cousin had
streets,
talked
for
about.
sure.
He was like, he was saying how he don't like the cuddy buddy thing because he feels that the cuddy buddy nigga gets the best deal out of everything because he's gonna get the free nasty shit
Hell yeah.
that she probably not gonna do with her nigga because he gonna be looking kind of sideways like, damn, you doing all that, but then he has no strings attached of it. And he was like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Both of them are winning. Really, I mean, even the woman, like if she's not looking for any type of attachment, shit, it's a win-win
yeah,
for her
until
too.
somebody catch feelings, and then it goes it's all downhill from there.
Yeah. Well, I can't speak for all women, but I once I feel a certain way about you, like those feelings are just, you know, they can't be turned on, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I want to be in a relationship with you. Like I've been in situations with men that were like just men that I was, having. Like I was dating, and I was just mainly sleeping with just the one person, even though we weren't like official. But I've decided that if I stay in that position with you for too long, I can still go on, maybe out of boredom or whatever. But if you just keep me like in that dating phase, in that cuddy buddy phase, for too long, and maybe I do want something, but you're not ready, then after I realize I'm not wanted in that way, I turn those feelings off. So, you know, like this one guy, I kind of wanted to, be in a relationship with him, and he just kind of drug me along for too long, and I fucked with him for like a year after that. But when he wanted to be in a relationship, I was like, I lost those type of feelings a long
I
time
don't know
ago.
if I
Like I
ever
thought we were just,
have I been in a Cuddy Buddy.
so.
I'm trying to think if I've been in a Cuddy Buddy relationship where
But
where I was one who actually wanted to be in a relationship with them. Like I've been in a Cuddy Buddy relationship that
mm,
turned into a relationship, but it wasn't because I wanted to. It was initiated by her. Worse is never. Worse. Worse is
mm,
never.
you said
Because
never again.
I think a genuine was so different.
Yeah. So.
That's my catalyst. Anytime now, well, back saying anytime I was with somebody and then you know they were doing some shit like with her, I found out I was pretty much a side nigga for the most part. And no sugarcoat. And I found out I was a side nigga, and I was like, nah, I'm good. And then she broke up with dude or whatever, or they broke up. I don't know. And we we went back to the Cuddy
And then
Buddy
she wanted to
shit.
be with you.
And then she hit me with, I'm trying to be with you. And I liked her. I mean, she was cool. I did like her. But I was like, I shouldn't do this. And then I blame my female friends. They taught me into that one. They was, oh, different people, different situations. Because all I hear in my head is, what's so different? Like you cheated on him with me.
Yeah.
What's gonna stop you from cheating on me with somebody else? But my female friends was telling me,
Facts.
oh, but it's different. Maybe he didn't
Facts on
treat her right.
facts.
Give me all types of excuses, hype me up, gas me up. Did it, and
Mm. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
I don't know. I don't know. I kind I kind of feel that way. I kind of feel that you have the predisposition to cheat now. If you've cheated once, you have that predisposition to cheat.
Hmm.
Um, because she she ended up cheating
I
on
like
she
that
cheated on me.
answer.
It was like movie cheating. It was that shit. I guess um
Oh, we gonna have to talk about that one day.
okay.
Oh, that's what we should talk about next.
Okay, yeah,
Cheaters.
because then
What is cheating?
I can
I
give
like
y'all
that.
the whole that shit felt like a movie. That shit felt like a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
definitely
I
a
guess that'll be next
story
episode.
that
We can do that.
we
Yeah.
need to
Okay.
hear.
So I guess we gonna wrap up.
Yeah, that's the episode
Uh,
we need.
the layers of Hoisms. Is that what it was?
The layers of
Hopefully, my
Hoeism.
voice is
Yes.
back to the sexiness it normally is, and not this mucus sinus infused voice that's cracking and shit.
Yeah, it it actually no, it sounds bad. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm trying.
It's all good. Next Sunday.
Yes.
Next Sunday we'll be
No.
back to normal.
We will be
Hopefully.
because
Cross his fingers.
this ain't gonna fly. But we want to thank you for listening to Wish Us the Best
Yeah.
podcast.
Yep. Until
Stay
next time,
hoeing.
hoes.
Deuces.
Stay hoeing. Bye.